your host, Gary Seegers.
Welcome in. It's Monday, July 29th. We are getting ever so close to August, and today is National Chicken Wing Day. I am pretty pumped about it. This is Winning Cures Everything. I'm your host, Gary Seegers. You can follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. You can follow the show at Winning Cures, or just make it easy. Go over to winningcureseverything.com. We've got everything over there. The YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, whatever your favorite podcast app is. Go hit subscribe, leave us some comments, share it out. Leave a nice review, if you would so kindly, on Apple Podcasts. It helps out a ton. It helps get us in front of even more people so that more people can join the conversation. That's all we want to do. We want to stir up conversation. All right, here is the topics for today. We're going to talk about the Moneyline Sportsbook Bar and Grill grand opening down at Goldstrike Casino in Tunica. I visited that on Friday, and it was incredible. So we'll talk about that. Brooks Koepka wins the WGC Memphis event. We'll discuss that. NFL football, officially back. We'll talk about that. And Alabama and Wisconsin schedule a home-and-home in college football. We'll discuss what that means. First off, the show brought to you by betnow.eu. Incredible online sportsbook. Absolutely incredible. Go check it out for yourself. betnow.eu. Use promo code WINNING50. That's WINNING50. They'll give you a 50% deposit bonus. It doesn't get much better than free money. So you put in $500, you're going to get back $250. You put in $100, you're going to get back $50. That's the whatever amount you want to put in, you'll get back 50% using that promo code WINNING50 over at betnow.eu. They treat us well. They will treat you well. They make gambling simple. It doesn't get any better. betnow.eu. Go check it out. All right, first up, Moneyline Sportsbook Bar and Grill at Goldstrike Casino in Tunica. MGM invited us out on Friday. It was a fantastic time. Had a lot of NFL players and whatnot that came out and helped open the new Sportsbook Bar and Grill. It's a restaurant. There's a sportsbook right in the front. It's at the old Atrium location inside Goldstrike. It's massive. Tons of TVs. They've got a Topgolf swing suite, which is the first in this region. And I sat up there with, if anybody is in the Memphis location or anywhere around Tunica, you have seen Mav, who is I think he's the customer appreciation, whatever he is. Mav is on all of the Goldstrike billboards. He's incredible. He's a fun guy. He and I played football on the Topgolf swing suite screen, I guess you can say. But they've got zombie dodgeball, golf, soccer, hockey, football. I mean, just all kinds of different games that you can rent it out. It's like $50 an hour during the week, $80 on the weekend. You can fit up to like 8 people in there. That part's incredible. They've got a VIP area that is absolutely wonderful. I'm telling you, there's TVs everywhere. They're going to have every possible game on. The drinks, it is definitely wife approved. My wife went with me down there. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. The beer was nice and cold. They keep it at right at 32 point whatever degrees, and it was great. So she had a Cosmosis drink. She said it was super smooth. So yeah, I am a big fan. It was great. It was great. Tunica's doing a good job. They're really building up everything. It's a welcome addition to the sports gambling community around this area. They're doing a good job. Goldstrike did well on this. It's a $7 million addition and could not have done better, if I do say so myself. They are wonderful. Looking forward to spending a few Saturdays and Sundays down there this football season. Next topic up, Brooks Koepka wins the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational over at the TPC Southwind. The course looked great. The weather was beautiful for this time of year especially. Brooks Koepka, the first person that was out there, the only person that was out there practicing on Wednesday morning at about 7 a.m., he was putting and trying to make sure his game was ready for Thursday through Sunday. And when he was down by one stroke on Saturday night going into Sunday, and he was paired up with Rory McIlroy, there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to win this thing. I was able to get him on a money line to win the tournament at plus 200, which is bananas to me because the head-to-head line between him and Rory was him at minus 140. But then you had him at plus 200 to win the tournament. So, yes, there were a few people that were ever so slightly behind him, but he basically lapped the field. He wins by 3 strokes over everybody else. Webb Simpson came in second, and then you had Rory and a few others at, I believe, 11 under that came in third or tied for third. But absolutely incredible event. Memphis did a very good job with this. Proud to call Memphis home. They were wonderful this weekend. The WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational looks like it's going to move to the July 4th weekend next year, which is the perfect spot. Because you want to get Tiger Woods down here for the first time. He's been golfing for 23 years. He's been on the PGA Tour, I believe. Never been to Memphis. But if you were ever going to get him, you move this to the July 4th date next year. You've got that 2 weeks after the U.S. Open, 2 weeks before the British Open, and after all of that mess, you've got the Olympics, right? So if you were ever going to get Tiger Woods at this event, that would be the time to do it. Next year looks to be the gold mine for that bunch over there. And so, very well done. Great PGA Tour stop. They had the course looking absolutely fantastic. Pretty proud to say that Memphis is where I am from after watching that. NFL football is back on Thursday night. The Falcons and the Broncos. I am so stoked about this. Obviously, Chris and I are going through doing our college football previews. In the next week or so, we move into our NFL previews before the season. We're going to be knocking out our playoff predictions for college and the NFL, our conference championship, division winners, all that good stuff. All of that coming up over the next couple of weeks because we want to get this done before the week of the first college football games, which is August 24th. But just to have football back on TV, actual live games, I could not be more stoked. Broncos and Falcons this Thursday night. I know I'm excited. Hopefully you are as well. And then finally, Alabama and Wisconsin. Home and home series. Camp Randall in 2024. Bryant-Denny Stadium in 2025. This should be a really, really fun matchup. Paul Chryst has done some wonderful things in his first few years. He is 42-14 overall. 42-12 overall in his first 4 seasons. That's pretty good. So long as he can, hold back Nebraska and Iowa and Northwestern and everybody else that seems to be coming up, that should be a lot of fun. It's only 5 years from now. Could not be more excited about a good college football matchup that's a home and home. Alabama's doing a lot of these. Georgia's basically all of the big names are starting to do more of these. They realize how important that is to keep people in the seats as opposed to just sitting at home and watching on television. I think it is a welcome addition to both schedules. Both teams should appreciate this. And for Alabama fans, getting to go to Madison, Wisconsin, and check out Jump Around and whatnot, it's exciting. Absolutely exciting. All right, that's going to wrap up today's show. We will have more previews coming at you for the rest of the week, more college football team previews and conference previews, etc. So keep an eye out for those. First one is coming up tomorrow. I believe it's the Big 12, or at least the first half of the Big 12. So that'll be out tomorrow. Keep an eye on the podcast. Make sure you go to Apple Podcast and hit subscribe. Leave a nice review for us. We would appreciate that. Share the show out. Head over to betnow.eu and to winningcureseverything.com. We'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for checking out Winning Cures Everything. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Visit the website at winningcureseverything.com.